Hello, I'm Casey Wilson, one of your co-hosts of the Do or Do Not podcast, and this Ohio fuck is
Brad Erie, as always.
You didn't even say anything about being an Ohio fuck because you just know that's what
it's given.
That's what they call you, just Ohio fucks. So today we're going to talk a little fitness. We're going to talk some Picard season 3.
Finally,
I finally finished watching it. It's only been done for a few weeks.
Spoilers.
Yeah, so if you haven't watched it, you don't want to listen to that part because we're going to give our feelings on that and probably Star Trek in general. And then we're going to talk a little Star Wars. Old fans that have been around like Brad and I because we're old since the start, and the newer fans that are uneducated and don't know that much about Star Wars and need to be educated a little bit more. So
let's do it. That's the first clip right there.
So I find over the years, there is two different types of people. And sometimes you cross over and you like both of them. There's no universalism in this, but when it comes to fitness and training, there's people that like to do group training. They like being a part of a group. They don't like doing it one-on-one. They don't like working out by themselves. Then there's people that like working out by themselves and they don't like group training. They just want to be isolated on their own. They don't even like the big groups of people at the gym too. So what I found is your personality is very important. If you're an extrovert, you usually like being in a group. Mm-hmm. You know, you're going to like the atmosphere, the talking, the shared pain, discomfort. And if you're an introvert, you're more like the one-on-one, you're more isolated. I'm an introvert. You know, like I can talk, I can get in front of people, but if you get down deep inside, I don't like to be around large groups of people. I don't desire it. So I like to work out on my own. I've had workout partners when I was younger and stuff, but I pretty much do all my workouts on my own. I don't really try to max lift anything, so I don't need a spotter or anything like that. I do a lot of heavy lifting, but just for reps. I know about how many reps I can get, and I'm not going to push it to the point where the bar might fall on me because I'm old. I don't care that much anymore about when you hit a certain age, you go, I don't care about how big I am or whatever. So there's people that like those two dichotomies, you know, like you got the group, a bunch of people. I love it. Gives me more energy. And then people where it drains their energy, which are more introverted. Also, there's a self-conscious aspect of it too. So that's the other part of being an introvert extrovert. There's some people are very self-conscious about how you look when you're doing an exercise. You don't want people to see you making a funny face, you know, but most of the time it's I'm out of shape and there's better shape people in the gym, or I go to group class and somebody's going to be in better shape than me and they're going to make fun of me. I've been doing this a lot of years. I have never seen that ever happen. I've never seen somebody mock. Now on the gym floor, you know, like if somebody's out there doing something stupid.
Yeah.
You may get some people like, you know,
why are you looking at me?
Bros talking, going, look at this fucking numbnuts over here. Yeah. Like he's sitting there humping the machine and he doesn't even know how to properly do the exercise.
I only did that once.
If you ever want to see some funny clips, go to Gym Fuckery. There's a Facebook page. I don't know if there's a website. I always see it on Facebook.
I'm sure.
It's called Gym Fuckery. People doing the most asinine things. But in general, like myself, I'm happy to see somebody in working out and trying to do it. I don't care if they're perfect form and those things. Now, if they're working with me, they better have good form.
Yeah.
But, you know, at least you're in there doing it. If you go in and just run on the treadmill or walk at the treadmill, at least you're doing something. You're getting up off your ass. People are not that judgmental. Now, we see a lot of stuff, divisiveness in the world, politics, you know, all these things. Celebrities, there's this divisiveness, some nastiness, but in general, people are very supportive. So I've had people that were private clients who came in to do group class, and they were like, "Well, people are going to be in better shape than me, and then I'm going to slow people down. Then they're going to." It's like people like that they have more people in there. The more people in a class, usually the more excited group class people are. And then the more people in the class, the introverted person is, they don't like it as much because there's too many people in there. Yeah. It's too draining.
Can I tell you my problem real quick?
Yep.
So when I started doing group, I was really concerned that I would intimidate the other gym goers because I mean, obviously, when you look at my body, you think it's near perfection, and I didn't want the other people in group class thinking, "Oh my God!"
I was asked by other group people, "Is this the new trainer coming into class?"
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want them to be like, "I give up," because I will never have guns the size of his and never be able to rock those weights. Yeah. So I was worried that I was going to set the bar too high. And then I quickly learned that was a false assumption.
Yeah.
Learned that fast. I was pretty humbled. So
all the group people were worried that
Matt,
that I'd sold the business to Brad when they walked in. New trainer.
They said, "Why are you bringing in the Instagram model?" I mean,
it's so when Brad came in and started doing group,
I was way below the standard of the group, and not once that they make fun of me. Now, Matt, who is one of our listeners, supposedly, did snicker behind my back. I'm sure a couple times.
Wow.
But he was nice for the most part until he got to know me. Now he's just kind of mean.
Yeah.
But
here's the thing. Like when you do a group class, there's a dynamic. Like some people actually like having Brad around. I don't know why.
I don't know either.
But they actually find him to be humorous and amusing, and they enjoy it, and they actually laugh in class and stuff because he brings some humor to the thing. I just sit there and shake my head and go, "Oh my God."
You just go, "Fucking Brad."
Fucking Brad.
Yeah.
No, Brad actually brings a great dynamic to class. He's self-deprecating, but he also is trying to push hard, and he actually.
See, Matt, I hope you listen to this. It's going to be my ringtone.
But anyway, he does. He that dynamic is good. Brad can do either. He's good at private. He's good at group, and he's one of my crossovers that does a little of each.
Yep.
And I've had a lot of that over the last couple of years. Plus, group classes are usually a little cheaper.
Yeah.
And I've had some people go, "Hey, the economy hasn't been great. It hasn't been going good. They're like trying to cut some costs, so they come and do some group classes because they're a little cheaper." But those are your two main things when you're really looking about what you want to do. Like in a big gym. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I really like doing both because on the individual class, like you're really good at saying, all right, I see one of your weaknesses. Let's attack it. And we're just going to you're going to strengthen my shoulders. Like you're just going to make it individual. We're going to work this one part up and we're just going to do it. And then in a group, you don't get that individual, like, okay, we see your one weakness, but there's more of a competitive thing to it. So like if we're all doing the same thing,
some people make it competitive and some people don't. Brad tries to make it competitive.
I try to make it competitive because I like being pushed.
Yeah,
but it's good for me to do both. It hits two different goals and two different things of being able to have like individual weaknesses worked on while then having like a more of a broad workout that you do for the group and try to compare myself to my peers in the group class and say, all right, where do I stack up against some of these other people? And Cindy just automatically just humbles me too, so it's nice. But I like having both components, so I think doing both is probably the best.
Cindy listens to the podcast too.
Oh well, hey Cindy.
Yep. So
shout out.
In summation, depends on your personality type, but also depends on how self-conscious you are, what you should do. Big gyms have lots of classes. They usually have a group classroom, and there's a people that you see that when I used to work, you'd see the same people going to group class. And it is great. It's a general workout, and if you're going to a group class, there's different types. Maybe you're going to spinning, which was always one of my favorite. There's yoga, there's water aerobics, there's all these different things. What I do here is I keep it small, a maximum of 6 people. It's a small group training. Yeah. So it's kind of like a group personal training, but I can't focus on the workout's going to be the workout. Now I may change exercises. If somebody comes in and they're a beginner, they're new. I have people come in and just start doing group training and never done private training. And I try to tailor those things to them. Maybe everybody is doing this one exercise. I'm like, hey, you just started. We're going to do an easier exercise because we don't want to hurt you. And I adjust it. Similar exercise, just an easier form of it.
Yep.
And so they're able to get that. And so I do that in a small group setting. And we do all different types of workout. Last week, we were doing mostly just whole body weight training. This week, we're doing OCRs tonight, obstacle course racing. So I set up an obstacle course in here. And you have to go through the obstacle course. So and their time sets. So basically, an AMRAP, you do as many reps as you can in an 8-minute period, and then we take a break.
That's what I get to do tonight. That's what we're doing.
That's what you're doing tonight.
Oh my goodness!
Obstacle course will get set up. So that's basically the main differences between group and private. Private, you're working one-on-one with your trainer, or you're in the gym by yourself. Or you're at home in your home gym by yourself. And then you got people that like to be around a lot of people. You know what? Neither one is good. Neither one is bad. They're both the same thing. They're what's best for you. So fitness is all about you.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about what's going to get you doing it. I always tell people, I don't care what you're doing. Just do something. Don't be lazy. Don't sit on the couch. Don't suck your thumb. Get out there and do something. Stop procrastinating. Get off the couch and do something. Doesn't matter which it is, which one works for you. I find that both of them are very effective for different people.
Yeah.
So that's group fitness. That's personal training. That's one-on-one versus group.
That is the Casey Wilson way.
It's the only thing I offer.
It's
Those
true.
are the two things I
know. I'm waiting for you to do my kids.
I guess online training too, but I don't do.
Oh my God. Well, since you brought it up, we might as well just say it so I can put on a graphic.
We're not going to go over that today.
All right. Thank God.
All right.
Picard, tell me. Season 3.
You've been waiting to talk about it forever.
I know. I've been so waiting on. I was telling Casey this morning that I sent him this meme about what Picard Season 3 gave us compared to what we got in the Star Wars sequels. And it made me so mad at Kathleen that I almost changed my name to Casey.
Yes. Miss Kennedy has screwed up. Well,
yes.
Let's not kick it. We're talking about Star Trek right now.
Yes.
But yes, I know what you mean. They did it right. They wrapped that.
They finally said, "What are we doing here, guys? We have like only 3 seasons of Picard. We wasted the first 2. Let's get the 3rd one right." And season 3 blew it out of the park, in my opinion. I was so happy. It all felt natural. They got the gang back together. It didn't feel that forced. I was teary-eyed at several parts. I mean, how did you like the last scene of them all playing cards, just like in the last scene of the Next Generation series? The same last scenes. They bring back, I know this isn't your favorite thing, but they bring back Q. Now, they brought him back earlier in the season, and they explained why he was aging.
Season 2.
Yeah. But like it's the same. They just kind of mirrored the finale of the series with the cards, with the shot looking down at them all playing cards and getting along. I had this fear that like one of them was going to die at some point, like Picard was going to sacrifice himself, or Riker would do something, and I was like, oh, it's going to be sad. But they left it kind of happy. They left it open if they want to do another show.
They did, but they could have made it.
It was don't rain on this, okay?
I liked it. Don't get me wrong, but
perfection.
Go out there and you're solving this big, huge, crazy no-win situation, and nobody dies. I mean, I don't know.
It's the Next Generation.
I think they could have took Worf and Riker out on the thing, and Jean-Luc Picard. Those 3 characters are dead. Then you never have to deal with that again. Plus, it's realistic. But with that being said, I enjoyed it. I actually did not want anyone to die. I mean,
tell me.
Let's be honest. Sir Patrick Stewart's not that far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, let the poor man enjoy his final years. Now, tell me, you have this outlook, not outlook. We have like this outer veneer of being this hard, a stone, mean, masculine alpha male. But tell me you did not get a little bit misty-eyed when they were pulling into the dock and they see the Enterprise D coming out, and you hear the music of the Next Generation and you see the look on their faces. Tell me that not pull some heartstrings.
The 2 things that was one of them where it was, I mean, I got chills. Like I had all up and down my arms. That, and when they're walking on the bridge for the last time and shutting it down.
Yes.
That got both those 2 scenes really. What I really liked is there's lots of callbacks. Like they call back to the movies.
Yep.
Like, well, I'm not off, separating the saucer and crashing it in the planets, or, getting busy with, an alien on some planet. I forget which it was. It started with a B. I forget.
Yep.
But those are good movies too. So I liked those callbacks to the series,
a lot
of
movies, Easter eggs,
a lot of Easter eggs, and I knew it had to be something with the Borg, because that's the number one thing of the Next Generation.
They brought back all the enemies. You had the changelings, right? And the Dominion. I mean, they brought the Borg. They briefly brought back Q, which I know you'll talk about later.
Yeah.
I'm like, they unloaded the gun. They just left no bullet.
It was well done, to say the least. And I think in the future, once the Dathomirian witch, Kathleen Kennedy, is no longer at all associated, which that's pretty much happening already. But I think that Star Wars will do the same thing. I think guys like Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, obviously George Lucas, they know what the fans want.
Yeah.
You know, they know. I mean, it was so horribly done with Star Wars, but man, Star Trek got it right. It was emotional. It was fun. It was, you wanted to see the next episode. And then when it was done, you felt like there's a little sentimental, like that's it. You know?
Yep. When they all sat on the bridge in Picard engage, I had this thought of like, that's all I wanted from the sequels was, you know, Luke and Leia, Han, Chewbacca, all sitting on the Millennium Falcon, sitting there saying, all right, we got to go take out the First Order. We have like one impossible mission that brought us together. All together, let's do it. And I was denied that. Thank you, Kathleen.
You know what I would have loved to have seen? So in the books, I don't think they really did this because they go right into other stuff, but we're talking about Star Trek.
I know all roads lead to Kathleen. And
all roads lead to
and how
amazing Star Wars is and how good Star Trek is.
Hurtful.
But they really did it right. I will say I liked all the callbacks. I liked the story.
Yeah. Ensign Rowe with the earring, that was one of the things that made her go against Picard. She wouldn't take off her earring because that was her heritage there, and that played a part.
When she was in Star Trek, I watched soap operas growing up with my mom. Yeah. And I watched, and you like them, so you end up watching them. And I think she was on like a show called Guiding Light that I watched. She was really young. Yeah. She was really young. She was on it, and I always thought she was really attractive.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden she showed up on Next Generation. I'm like, holy shit! Like, I watched 2 or 3 soap operas growing up, and then I kept watching them because I grew up with some of the characters.
Yeah,
and she was probably maybe.
I wouldn't know because I'm still a man.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Soap operas are great.
Okay.
You ever watch Telenovas? Like the one, I can't remember. When I used to know Spanish back when I was taking Spanish classes. I would watch those things. Attractive women wearing not that much clothes, having great stories. Those were the days when I was young.
I was a man, and I watched G.I. Joe, and that was probably as much of a.
You were a man who was playing with other men, right?
Yeah. So I mean, it's probably all the same thing.
But I remember, like, when she got on Start Next Generation, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know, that's her. I think her name was Sunny, if I remember right. From Guiding Light.
And did you recognize the admiral of the whole Federation was the woman officer that was trying to replace Captain Riker on the Borg episodes? What's her name?
Oh yeah, I don't know what her name is, but
they brought her back.
Her, yeah.
Like they went full.
Yeah.
Fan fantasies on this.
No, it was very well done. I loved it. I highly recommend watching season 3. I don't recommend watching season 2
or 1. Really,
1 was all right, but season 2, I told you.
Yeah,
I stopped watching it for probably up until I found out that the 3rd season was coming and it was bringing back all. I go, all right, I better watch. I don't know if they wouldn't have made a 3rd season of Picard, I probably wouldn't have finished season 2. I just did not like it. I did not think it was very good.
The weakest.
Yeah, it was not, in my opinion, entertaining. I knew what they were trying to do. Like, you went back in time. Remember when they went back in time before?
Yeah.
You know, on the original Star Trek. I don't know. I don't know when they bring whales into it next. You know, I didn't like it. But with that being said, Season 3
made it up for it.
It made up for the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. Love 7 and 9. Jerry Ryan, holy cow.
She's a 9.9 on a Jennifer Connelly
You know
scale.
what? Here's the thing that I think a lot of people don't really recognize. You see all these Hollywood women they go and they spend all this money having this plastic surgery, Botox, all these things, and their faces look so tight. Jerry Ryan does not look like she's had much done to her. I mean, if she has, it's very mild. She looks like a very attractive woman who's a little older.
Like us.
Like you can age and be beautiful, and you can, if you're a man or a woman, you can age and take care of yourself fitness wise.
I mean, look at us.
Eating healthy. Well,
we're aging.
Look at me, and then this is what happens when you don't take care of yourself.
That is true. That is very true.
No, you're taking care of yourself now.
Beautifully.
And she is.
I mean, I'm 36, and I look.
All right, let's get back to Jerry Ryan.
Over 47.
Let's get back to Jerry Ryan because.
Oh man.
Let's be honest, we're not the epitome of aging beautifully. Jerry Ryan. Woo.
Yeah.
I was like, holy cow! I don't know how old she is.
I don't know either, but
all right, hold on.
Oh my gosh!
Hey Siri, how old is the actress Jerry Ryan?
Jerry Ryan is 55 years old.
She's 55.
55
years older than us.
Oh my gosh! I typically don't date older women, but I would.
She may be the new scale. Like you got Jennifer Connelly, and then you have Jerry Ryan's 55.
Woo! That is.
How old is Jennifer Connelly?
No, let's check.
Hey Siri, how old is Jennifer Connelly?
We're checking the age.
Here's what I found.
1970. So
53.
Damn.
Look at us like an older woman.
Jerry Ryan's 2 years older. But
Jerry Ryan,
do you know what the thing about both of them is? I'm sure they both had work done.
Yeah.
But it's not like noticeable. Like some of these people, like, you know, the admiral, the one who we were just talking about, who they brought back to be the in charge. You could her face was like that. You know what I mean?
She looked like those aliens from that movie.
Yeah.
Had you know, it's just one of those, back from Star Trek, whatever.
Age gracefully. I mean, I'm not saying don't get a little work done if you want to, especially if you're an actress and you want. But you can tell Jerry Ryan takes care. She's always been lean. She's always been fit. She's always had some muscle on her body. Things that I talk about all the time when we talk to fitness stuff. So I was like, really, like she is 55 years old.
Yeah, that's shocking to me.
Holy crap! I mean, when you look at like the Jennifer Anistons or you know the Angelina Jolies, and you look at them, they look so young. They look young, but you know they had a lot of work done. They shouldn't look that young.
Yeah,
you know. So.
I mean, I've only had a Brazilian butt lift and pec implants, and you know, I think that it's kept me looking a smooth.
Didn't work.
Well, that's hurtful.
Yeah, that's all right. Not everybody can have great booties and stuff, and nice chest.
Try to sit up straight now, looking at you. Another thing that I notice for the people who aren't watching us on YouTube, and you should, because Casey is just good-looking guy right there. I'm not afraid to say that. Is that my son elbowed me in the face last night, and I have this big red mark on my lip.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, folks, that's not like chocolate. That is a battle scar of sleeping with an autistic 7-year-old.
Did he come off the top rope with the elbow? Like
he might have.
Man Savage.
He might have. What he does when he's sleeping, like I try to sleep with one eye open because you just never know when he's going to give you a throat punch. But he got me last night. Like I was sound asleep, and then I hear bah right in the face.
So after you heard the bow, did you hear? Oh yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage.
I did hear him giggle, I think, before he pretended to go back to sleep. Off the
top rope, then.
So anyways, that was just a kind of a side note because I know my mom was like, is that a cancer on your lip? Because she will like, you know.
She'll actually look at you.
She'll actually look at me.
There you go.
Lord knows no one else does. All right, moving on.
Your wife watch this?
No. She sees enough of me every day. You think she's going to add a little bit more to her life?
But anyway, we both really loved it.
Loved it.
I didn't like Q coming back because he died in season 2. And then they go, well, you guys don't understand nothing about time, space. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? You're dead. You're done. Jonathan Frakes, you're out of here. Or what's his name? Is that Riker's name?
That's Riker's name.
What is his name?
Starts with the B. See, this is old people. We should rename this podcast "Forgetting Names"
Old dudes
with
are
Brad
forgetting
and who.
But it's not like he's a major actor. It's not
Yeah.
like Jerry Ryan. You know,
I mean,
Jerry
he's a
Ryan.
voice actor.
7 to 9 is Jerry Ryan. If you're not a Star Wars fan,
I just know my daughter is a big fan of My Little Ponies, and Q plays a predominant role in the cast. Because every time I hear it, I'd be like, "Oh, that's Q," and then my daughter's like, "Shut up,"
I gotta
old man.
this. Hey Siri.
Oh, here we go.
What actor plays Q in Star Trek: The Next Generation?
Do you even remember my name? I think you were calling me.
Starts with a B. John De Lancey.
Delancey?
Delancey. D-E gap Lancie.
Now, I know that my mom...
He was in soap operas too.
Yeah, was probably screaming at her, I don't know what she listens to this on, but she's like, that's one of her favorite guys. And she's like, starts with a B. It's John Delancey. Sorry, Mom. I let you down. Your son got...
Your mom's going to take her cane and she's going to
whack me on the other side of my face. Mom, this is the same son that scored a staggering, 11 out of 20?
9 out of 20.
You sure?
I am very sure.
Right. 9 out of 20. So I am a disappointment in both my mom's eyes and my trainers.
And your co-host.
And the co-host.
So anyway, really liked it. I didn't like Q coming back. I know they're trying to set up a new if they were to do that, why not bring some like a younger Q in then?
Well, they might.
A different character and go, they go
again,
they start a new show and they change this.
If you go back,
was stupid. Really stupid.
Let me defend because I have strong feelings. Don't check the time. We got time for this. If you go back and you watch,
we're veering way off, of course.
Yes, you go back and you watch the final episode of the Next Generation series. It was like beat for beat. What did Q tell Picard? The last thing, right?
I didn't go back and watch.
So you should just know this. It's like
I remember it. I don't remember
my
the word
heart and soul.
Word.
Pretty much that the trial was never over.
Oh yeah.
It's just beginning. And what did he tell?
The trial is never over. It's life.
Yeah. What did he tell Picard's son? The same basic thing.
But here's the thing.
See, they were paralleling, and then they had the same shot of
and it was final in the season 2. He was dead.
Look,
Q was gone. I hate it. I don't like that part of it. Now, let me also say Jean-Luc Picard's son.
Yeah.
Which I don't like how they... Jean-Luc Picard should have knew his son. I don't like how they did that. Beverly Crusher, I'm upset with you. I'm upset with the writers of the show. I mean, just think of what you could have did over the years, like more TV shows or more things. Like Picard would have had a son that went through Starfleet. You had a whole new series. Now, I know they're going to try to upload this into another series. I think it's going to get picked up.
I think it's Star Trek Legacy is what we're all praying for. But as of now,
I'm not praying for it, but if it happened, I'd watch it. Here's the thing. The thing that got me back into Star Trek.
Yeah.
Strange Worlds.
Oh my gosh.
It is quintessential Star Trek. I was like, when I started watching it, because I expected some more dribble, like, Discovery.
Here we go. Let's hear it, old man GOP.
No, I'm just saying
let's hear about
Discovery started out great.
Yeah.
And then it devolved into all the interpersonal relationships of all the different people on the show and trying to check off check marks of woke society. Yeah. And it became not a good story. And bringing in dipshits from the out, like Stacey Abrams is all of a sudden Supreme Commander,
Please send all your hate mails, the liberals out there to...
That isn't even liberal. It's like, don't sit there and try to shove your crap down our throats. It's fine. Look, I don't care. I really liked the scientist and the doctor. That was a great relationship. Yeah, you don't need to cloud it with 3 or 4 others.
All right. So if this is your first time listening to the Do or Do Not podcast, you'll notice that I am a little bit more liberal leaning than my co-host here.
I'm very moderate.
Who get off his lawn. But even I was like, okay, we get it. All right, we have the black and white
There's too
gay
much.
couple. We have the androgynous. Is that how you say it? I don't even know. Binary.
LGBTQ
couple.
transitioning from a parasite inside the body to something else.
I'm like, we get it, okay? Star Trek is all inclusive. We understand
all
it.
inclusive too, like it's always been.
Yeah,
like
even
Kirk was banging aliens.
Yes.
I mean, that's the most. I mean, from other planets. I mean, it's always that way. It's just when you try to you ruin the show when you try to shove too much woke social crap into it instead of it's supposed to be outer space. We want to see these people interacting, but we don't need to have all of them in relationships. Should Jerry Ryan have her first officer in the new show be her lover?
Only if she's as hot as Jennifer Ryan. What if?
No, Jerry Ryan, like Rafi and Jerry Ryan.
No.
They've intimated that they're in a lesbian relationship. Great. I'm all for it if Rafi's not on the ship and not her first officer.
No, I think that's what all the show should be. Or even
Picard
better.
banging Jonathan Frakes. Yeah, there you go, Riker.
Right.
You
now
like
you're
some
taking
of
it
this?
too far, but hear me out.
Come on.
Hear me out.
Well, you just said that.
Jennifer Ryan.
Jerry Ryan, not Jennifer
Thank you. Well, this is what I was going to go for. Jennifer Connelly, first officer, captain. Jennifer Ryan.
Jerry Ryan.
Gosh, man, old people podcast. Old people doing podcasts.
All right, Joe Biden.
Yes. Well, that's a whole nother thing. So imagine those
two.
Heavy. Yes.
I still don't want to see it because
I want to see it.
No, because
in high def.
Because one is the captain
4K.
and one is the first. You can't have that when you're out.
Oh, you can.
No, that's too much emotions involved. That's why you have separation of things, powers.
No,
you don't want to have a relation.
Okay. I want a show. You know, I forget the gentleman's name who was working.
So far off a track.
Well, now you got me thinking. I want them. If he goes to Paramount and says, "All right, guys, hear me out. We're going to take Jennifer Connelly.
No.
And we're going to take
Jerry Ryan.
Jerry Ryan, lesbian in space. Sold right then and there.
For you, not for me.
Oh, me and every red-blooded American male with sci-fi fetish. I mean, come on.
Not in Star Trek or Star Wars.
Oh my gosh, that would be a ratings blockbuster.
But you do know in Star Wars, the Jedi can marry each other and be involved in relationships and legacies.
Well, they should have told that to Anakin.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
All roads go back.
Luke Skywalker's wife's going to be in.
All right, we're at 32 minutes. All right, what else? What else we got?
I mean, you totally took us off on
well,
Jennifer
you're the one.
Connelly and Jerry Ryan having sex in space, and that wasn't ever part of anything. I was simply saying Strange Worlds brought Star Trek back to where it should be.
You know what?
It was quintessential Star Trek, like from the beginning. Yeah. It was, the best. I loved it. And I'm looking forward to the new season. I liked season 3 of Picard. I did not like Discovery after the first season and a half. They had such potential, and then they veered off on weird stuff. Why do you think you got canceled? Let's do real Star Trek, real space, real out there investigating, develop relationships, but not everybody has to be sleeping with each other.
Unless you're on a soap opera, then everybody's probably sleeping with everybody. Great. And Jerry Ryan. But what I liked about Strange New Worlds, what I thought was so refreshing, especially in this day and age of all of these, connected 8-episode series, is that each episode was its own story. So it was nice just to be like, I'm just going to watch this. So 60 minutes, it's done. It's its own contained thing. They have some overarching themes that kind of go through, but essentially you could take any one of those Strange New World episodes, watch it and be fulfilled. Like it has a beginning, middle, and end. It has some type of a conclusion. It was nice. It reminded me a lot of what the Next Generation was.
It has some stuff in it that is overarching. That
you're right.
Certain episodes will be more about than others, but it's really quintessential Star Trek.
And
it makes you like want to. I'm looking forward. Yeah. I was looking forward to Picard season. All the characters coming back. Oh,
but you're right.
Here's the deal: the woman who plays Beverly Crusher.
A lot of work done.
A lot of work.
Done.
And I give her kudos. I always thought.
And watch her be like 37.
Well, she was always a stunningly attractive woman. I thought. Yeah. I loved Beverly. So did Picard, obviously.
Yeah. Spoilers.
But she was an attractive woman. But she had her face looked like.
Yeah, it was. There was some work done on that.
There was a lot of work done on that, and then more work
not
was
needed.
Done, and then they started chiseling and hammering. I was just like, "Come on, Like, there's a certain point where you have work done, but you don't want to have work done.
Yeah,
because guess what? I'm 50 years old. I can't lift the weights I lifted back then. My face has wrinkles in it, and never did. My goatee went gray after a long time." But
low hair.
I'm aging gracefully because of nutrition. Well, if I wish I probably sometimes I do better in nutrition than others, but I work out consistently.
Yeah.
I eat healthy. I take certain supplements, and it helps me stay healthy and as young as I should be at my age. I'm sure I could do a lot of things that most 20-year-olds can do because they're out of shape, fat, and they don't take care of themselves. So I'm better physically than a lot of those 20-somethings. Now, could they change their life or turn around quickly? Yes. But unfortunately, we have a society, which is an upcoming podcast, where we're going to discuss obesity in America.
Yeah.
But to wrap all those things up, I don't even know if we have enough time really to go into Star Wars.
I think we should save that for the next pod because talk about aging gracefully. I'm 37 and I think that I look 28. People look at me and think this guy is clearly in his late 30s.
Just sabotaged your whole argument because on YouTube they can see you.
Oh my God, that's right. And they're like, oh my God, what's that red thing on his face? Well, that is my face for one. I am very. Yes, he is trying to body slam me again.
Your son's gonna be bigger than you pretty soon.
Oh my God, he is a literal moose. I am so excited for you to work him out because his pediatrician was like, he is in 100th percentile in weight and in height, and it's like not fat, and so he is already pretty strong. So yeah, you need to tire him out. You need to get him a D1 scholarship somewhere. And the only reason I work out is to keep up with him because at some point he's going to be able to take me down. And I got to be ready.
It's coming.
Yeah.
All right.
Before you go, has your son been able to take you in wrestling? Has he been able to take you down yet? All right. You've been holding it off because your son's pretty big.
He is.
I know you work out.
6 foot, and he outweighs me. I think there's times where he'll lose a lot of weight, like especially growing up.
Yeah.
But he probably outweighs me by a bit. But he doesn't like to work out,
and that's the only thing he got going for it.
Shitty food, and I tell him about it all the time, but he just kind of goes whatever. Neither one of my kids like to work out.
Yeah.
Neither
failure as a father.
Well,
what's a bigger failure? Having your kids not have 6-packs or them not totally loving Star Wars as much as you?
I would like them to be healthier.
Okay. Good answer. This is why you're a good dad.
Yeah.
And as much as I crap on Casey, especially in group class, he is an amazing dad. He is a wonderful father. And I take a lot of advice from him. He gives me the best Santa Claus advice of keeping my kids engaged. He's given me great parenting classes. You are actually, and this hurts saying it. It hurts saying something nice about you, but you are actually a fantastic father and an inspiration. Your kids are great. I've met them briefly. Maybe more when I'm going to start coming over all the time now because, I see you cooking stuff when you put it on your Instagram.
I like to cook on the weekends especially.
Ladies, line up.
Hey, got some breaking news.
Let's hear it.
I may soon, in less than a year, be a great-grandfather.
Holy cow! How do you feel about this? Is there going to be a marriage? Or is he going to be a bastard like Jon Snow?
They're very much in love, so I would assume there's a marriage coming. I would like to be in a better place in their life.
Did you look at
some things just happen when they happen, and that's why.
Did you look at the father-to-be and just give him the old?
No.
Okay.
I'm a realist. I live in the real world where
not me.
I realized that I was very lucky. My daughter really didn't date all throughout high school. It wasn't until after high school she started dating. She was very similar to I was. I didn't really get involved with girls until basically the weekend after I graduated high school. And then from then on, it was.
Then you were a man whore. Let's get it straight.
Actually, I was in a relationship for 3 years after high school, but then after that, I was a man whore.
All right, so I know we gotta wrap up, but you can't drop a bomb like this and just have me walk away.
I haven't told anybody really. She's told family members and stuff, but I haven't told anybody. But this isn't going to come out until next week.
Yeah, and then really, it's only going to be Matt.
It's only going to be like
Cynthia
5 people
and Mom. My mom.
Yeah.
But
and you're not going to bring it up in group class or anything. It's just like this will be released on our podcast next week. But
it depends how many burpees you try to make us do.
Hopefully, be a very good grandfather.
You are going to be that's what I was going to say. You are going to be the best grandfather.
I am. I actually have always looked forward to being.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so. And one last thing before we go, audience members, if you live in the Roseville area, you need to drive by this gentleman's house because he goes all out. This is how I know you're going to be the best grandfather because
Christmas.
You go all out for Christmas, man. What the hell are they driving
past my house for, man?
All out. I mean,
so you got to save that for the Christmas episode.
Oh my gosh! Well, we should film our Christmas episode in your yard. My son, my son forces me to drive by this guy's house every day for weeks, months, because we have to look at his display. So I know this, whatever this child's going to be, they're going to have the most rockin' badass grandfather.
I am very much looking forward to it. And,
all right.
Hopefully.
I'm going to have to process this. Like, you know what? Okay.
Trust me, it took me a week to process it myself.
Man.
Not that I was against being a grandfather. It's just there's lots of variables in there.
Yeah. I mean, my daughter just turned 9 in December, so I got a ways to go, hopefully.
Yeah.
Lord willing, knock on wood, whatever.
Yeah, my daughter will be 22 later this year, but
she's fertile.
Well,
maybe twins. Do they know?
Well, my niece is the only one of the grandkids, my mom's grandkids, that has had a baby, and she had twins. So.
Oh, that will be so good. We're gonna see.
No. I don't think she's gonna have twins.
Oh, okay.
I think she went to the doctor already.
Oh my gosh, that would be. There would be.
I don't know. Yeah.
Are they gonna live with you for a while until they get their feet settled in?
They still want to move out.
See, I don't want my kids to ever move out. That my kids could live with me until I die.
I want my kids to progress in life and to get to a point where they're taking care of themselves more. They're not asking me for gas money or those things. She works. She's about ready to get back and finish off the rest of her beauty school stuff.
Yeah.
And he's working now, and
she can practice on me. I
just want them. I do want them to be out of the house because I want them to be out on their own doing those things because that means they're meeting success. They're both good people.
Yeah.
They both seem to really love each other. So I'm very happy for them because they're happy about it.
Yeah.
And
another thing, I know I keep saying we have to go, but what's amazing about you is that, like, again,
damn, stop talking about how amazing I am.
Yeah. Is when I first saw you, I said, "Oh, this guy's such a douche." I mean, you drive a Charger, you have your name on your Charger, you look like an alpha male, like you look like this hard ass guy. But I know how much you're looking forward to holding another baby. Like I know, I can see it, like being able to like snuggle another baby and be like, "You change that shitty diaper." Like, here you go, kids. Like that's the ultimate.
I am looking forward to it.
See, I knew it.
I am, but there's still a long ways to go.
Yeah,
so we
little soon, I get, but all right. Well, I think that should wrap it up.
All right.
You should have left off with this. I mean, that should have been the first thing.
I wasn't saying anything, but they started talking about me being a father and stuff. Yeah. I was like,
Man,
my daughter's telling people now, so I was like,
all right. Okay. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for you, for her, for the husband. They don't know what's coming. It's all going to be so good to find out. I look forward to the podcast of you being a grandfather. I look forward to the podcast of filming in your driveway or in your front yard and having people walk by and wave at us as we
Dude, the Drew Do Not podcast.
Yeah.
I'm dropping F-bombs about Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, we're dropping F-bombs.
Bitch made it.
Dropping F-bombs with Christmas hats on.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
I have a Christmas hat with Yoda ears.
Yeah, see, there you go.
I don't wear it, but, you know.
Take us out of here. Mention your website. Mention your paid thing if you want.
Just check out rosevillesc.com. rosevillesc.com. It has all my information on it. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. There's a few things. So Roseville Strength and Conditioning, the Do or Do Not podcast. We have that up, which I'll be posting a video to today.
Well, one of us will actually start posting clips to all the socials.
Yes, the ones that I don't.
Supposed to be your job.
Well, since you're running StreamYard, those are going to be yours.
Yes.
I'll post them to my personal socials or to the business socials.
Okay, there you go.
I do. I post them to those.
All right.
You just got to do those ones that you can just easily, upload to. All right. So watch Picard. Next episode, we're probably not going to talk any Star Trek. So it'll probably be a lot Star Wars heavy, fitness heavy.
A lot of fitness in Star Wars.
Maybe some Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because I haven't seen it yet.
Can you finally watch that?
It's only been out like less than a week, so I will.
All right.
I will watch it soon. I'm a busy man. I got things going on.
Evidently, so does your daughter.